Hey. Okay. Let's kind of break this seam. Okay, so today's day 3 with 12 days of sweet treats with Patty. I'm excited about this one because I totally just stumbled upon this recipe online just from trying to find some cool things to make. I always like to try new recipes. So today I am going to attempt to make a monster cookie cheesecake bar. So first I'm going to get started. I gotta keep looking at the directions here since I don't know it by heart. So preheat the oven to 350. Okay, so preheating the oven to 350, and then I'm going to take, let's see, a 13 by 9 pan, and I'm going to, usually don't, I've never done this, but it says to cover it, or line it, I should say, with aluminum foil. I always thought about this and end up ripping it. So, lining it. This fits perfect. Okay. Wait, let's get it down in there good. Okay, so good. So lining it, and then it says to spray it with cooking spray. I'm going to spray the edges and then the bottom. Ugh. Okay. All right, so that's done and out of the way. So next, I'm going to take a half a cup of butter, which is 1 cube at room temperature. Oh, I need a towel or something. I'll just use it. Okay. And then, let's see. I need a half a cup of granulated sugar and a 1 cup of brown sugar. So my brown sugar is right here, and it says to blend I'm gonna blend the sugars and the butter together. So I'm just gonna measure that off like that. Close this up. So, if you're watching live, drop a 1. And when I post the replay, if you watch it, put a 2 or a hashtag replay. I always appreciate that, so I know who's watching me live and who's replay watching. So I'm going to grab the sugar. I'm going to grab the flour too while I'm at it. So I need a half a cup of sugar. Do I have a half a cup over here? I don't see one. I thought I got everything I needed. Nope. This is in the strainer. It was washed, but it's kind of wet. But it's a 4th cup, and I'll just use 2. So I'm using a 4th cup because I can't find a half. Okay, so there's my half cup of sugar. I'm gonna need that later. Okay, so it says beat the butter and the sugars till fluffy. I can do that. My mixer. They're in there. Put this in. My daughter put that away for me last night and it was on. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna beat this. I don't think my butter was quite to room temperature. It's kind of stiff still. I hope fluffy and crumbly mean the same thing, because that's about all I'm getting here. Okay, so I am adding in, I'm so excited that this has peanut butter in it. So it calls for 1 cup of creamy peanut butter. Oops. Okay. Like I have a hair. Yes, I do. Oh, I hate that. Okay, spoon and peanut butter. Any like cookie with peanut butter in it, I don't know why, it's so delicious. Peanut butter is so good. Okay. This is gonna be interesting. I'm kind of thinking that I'm gonna move this to a bigger bowl because this is gonna get, excuse my bending down in front of the camera here. Move this peanut butter because this is probably gonna end up going everywhere. It's just easier to not make a mess. So these Tupperware fix and mix bowls are like literally the best ever. Okay, so I'm gonna add the peanut butter. Gosh, it's so thick. Rinse my hands off. Peanut butter does not do well. I can't see the comments, so sorry if I can't respond. But okay, so I have to blend this until creamy. Like a chunk of butter right there that somehow missed all of this blending. I'd like to know how that made it through all this mixing. Okay, so creamy. My face is itchy. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of that. And what's next? Add in eggs and vanilla. Oh, I don't even think I have vanilla out here. Vanilla. How much vanilla? Measuring spoons. Teaspoon of vanilla. So that should be this guy right here. So I'm gonna add in eggs and vanilla. Oops. I put in too much, but that's okay, right? Okay. eggs. How many eggs? 2 large eggs. Coming up. 1. 2. Okay. And then I'm assuming I'm gonna blend this till it's combined. Always want to scrape the sides. I have a live audience back here. My parents' cat is staring at me. It's kind of funny. Okay. He's probably sick of all my loud noise. Next, I can't even read my own writing. Stir together. Okay, I'm omitting the salt because it said to use unsalted butter. So since I used salted butter, I'm just not going to add the salt to the rest recipe. So I'm going to move this. So, baking soda, flour, and oats. So how much flour do I need? 2 cups. 2 cups of flour. I know I had another measuring cup. Oh, it's right here in front of my face. Oh, shoot. I got crap all over it. When I was using that smaller bowl and everything was flying out, it was flying into this measuring cup. Okay, so I'm spooning it into here. I'm gonna make a mess. Where's my knife? Level it off. So 1. My God, I'm making a mess with this flour. Okay. 2 cups of flour. Okay. 2 cups of flour. Baking soda. M&ms. Baking soda, right? Baking soda. Baking soda. 1/2 teaspoon. Okay, 1/2 teaspoon. This guy right here. Okay. So baking soda, flour, and a cup of oats. It called for quick cook oats, but I got these steel cut ones, so they're like fine little tiny pieces, if you can see that. Kind of weird, but they'll do the job. Okay, so then this is supposed to be hand mixed, I believe. Mix this together till it's blended. And then I'm going to add it slowly to my peanut butter and mix. so I'm gonna put the rest in there and finish this. Putting it up one level too high. Alright, seriously, that's sticky. There's a little bit of oats on the bottom. It's hard, but I can blend it in. I think I can. Okay, so it's blended. What is next? Stir in chocolate chips. Oh my god, this is gonna be so rich. Okay, so a cup of chocolate chips. Where are my chocolate chips? I have this ginormous bag of all these goodies for every day that I'm making something. I love baking, so this is so fun. Okay, cup of chocolate chips. And it calls for milk chocolate. Nope, I'll put a little bit extra. And it calls for M&ms. 1 cup as well. But I believe I only put 3/4 of a cup in here because I'm going to put them on top. So I'm going to use my 1/4 cup again. Nope, that's not a 1/4 cup. Where'd that dude go? Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then by hand, which this is always fun, stir in by hand. This is probably the most pain in the butt part of making cookies that has candies. Like, how do you stir this and it's so thick? I'm curious. Who loves M&Ms? Like, drop a 3 if you love M&Ms, or drop a 4 if you're like one of those people that eats the bag of chocolate chips when you're making cookies. My kids come in and they're like, "Can I have chocolate chips?" I've never made any cookies with M&Ms before, but chocolate chips, it's like you have to hide it before you make the cookies because they'll end up being eaten as a snack. Okay. Wow. I'm getting a workout over here. So that is what it looks like. And I think next, move this. My little space over here is getting really full. Okay. So I think next I'm going to take half of the cookie dough and I'm going to spread it into the bottom of the pan. Yes. So this is going to be interesting. Trying to figure out what half is. So I think that's about half. I think. So I'm gonna take this over here. I'm just gonna spread it. Spread it. It smells so amazing. Like just a peanut butter, yummy, scrumptious, big old fat cookie. That's what it smells like. That's funny. I hope I put enough in here because I don't feel like I did. I'm gonna get a little bit more because there's some spots that are like, I can see the aluminum foil and I don't want it to burn. or look weird. I'm gonna take this out of the corner because it doesn't need to go up the sides. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to bake this like that for 5 minutes on 350. So let's put that in here. Set a timer. 5 minutes. Okay. I don't know why, but my nose, my allergies are acting up and my nose is wanting to run and I do not. So I'm going to wash my hands really quick because all that mixture is everywhere, all over my hands. This is a super cool recipe. I'm excited about making it. Okay. So, moving on to the cheesecake part. So I'm going to do, I need a different big bowl. Do I have one? Let's see. This is going to get interesting because I don't. Okay, well, we'll use this one. So, 2 8 ounces of cream cheese. Hopefully we don't have a mess happen. You're supposed to be room temperature, and I had one of those mornings. I intended on going live earlier this morning, but my child... No. Where is... There we go. I like to scrape all the cream cheese. My middle schooler has a broken foot and went to school without the sock under the boot that he's wearing, and so all the metal is digging into him, and he calls, "Mom, can you bring that sock?" I'm like, "Kid." So here I am, barely made it in the morning, 11:55, but I made it. So okay, garbage, and I believe it's a half a cup of sugar. Okay. So, half a cup of sugar. Again, I'm using my 4th cup one because I don't even know where the half a cup is. And I believe I'm probably going to have to blend this. And I'm using the same mixers, even though they have cookie dough on them, because it's all going to be mixed together anyways. So. This is not. It'll work. So I'm just blending it with the sugar until it's blended and creamy. It is. I'm going to scrape the sides so I get everything back into the center of the bowl. And let's see. What is next? Oh, melted chocolate. Okay, so it calls for... Where are you? Hiding in my bag of goodies. Okay, so it calls for semi-sweet 4-ounce baking bar melted. So I just buy the Baker's brand. I just break it up, put it in a glass thing. If you have a candy melter thing, they're good, but as long as you put it in there at 50% power for 30-second increments and stir it, it won't burn. So we're going to do this. Okay. power level, let's see, 30 seconds, power level 5, start. And our 5 minutes is up on our cookie. It doesn't even look like anything happened, but I guess the whole point is for it just to get a little cooked a little bit. So I'm gonna put it over here to let it cool off. And oh my goodness, this is gonna take a while. Let's do 45, power 5. Nothing's even happening to that yet. I'll clean up my mess while I'm going. It's gonna be so good. Looks like it's starting to melt a little bit. Let's see. It's kind of one of those things that you can't really melt it until you're ready, because then it starts hardening anyways. So what do I do with my spoon? Oh. Oh, come on. Alright, this can take a little longer than I thought. I'm going to measure out because we're going to need a 4th cup of M&ms. There's like nothing left in the bag. Maybe I'll splurge and put all of them. We'll see. 4th cup gets saved for the top once it's done, and it kind of gets smushed down on the top while it's still warm. So let's see. I don't know, this chocolate needs to hurry up and melt because it's taking forever. Okay, starting to melt. Thank goodness. So I'm putting it in for 40 seconds on power 60%. So let's see. Might go a little faster. I think I'm done with all this stuff. Yeah. What I should have did was started melting that while I was doing this cheesecake part, but you live and learn. All right, we're almost there. We're almost there. Oh my God, I can only imagine this is gonna be like off the hook, yummy. I'm gonna start lowering. I lowered it to 35 seconds and 50% power because it's starting to melt, and then the stuff that's already melted will start scorching, so I don't want that to happen. And how many eggs do I need for this bad boy? Two large eggs. Okay. That's starting to get, handle's starting to get hot. Okay, so it's pretty much melted. There's like one little spot that's, but I'm, ow. Good. So I'm going to pour it in there. I'm going to get the scraper. This is You gotta have it, one of these silicone scrapers because it's like the only way to get everything out. Wooden spoon wasn't doing it. Okay, so I got that out. Holy hell, that's hot. Look how red my hand is. Okay. So, beating this until it's blended. Okay, scrape the sides. And 2 eggs. And as always, when you're dealing with cheesecake, you do 1 egg at a time, just until blended. That egg yolk did not want to break. Okay, so second egg. Oh my god, the heater is blowing around my face. It's so hot. Okay, so we are done there. I'm just gonna mix it just to make sure we're all good. Don't want to over mix it because air gets in there. Okay, so I'm spreading all of this yummy goodness. Sorry, I guess I got a phone call. I wasn't paying attention. Anyways, all of this yummy goodness onto the cookie. So, let's see if you can see what I'm doing. Scrape it all out. And I'm just gonna spread it. It's actually pretty thick. Trying to spread it evenly here. Okay, rinse my hands. Okay, so now we are gonna put, and it says to crumble, so we're just gonna crumble. This is my idea of what crumbling is. If it's different, I don't know. So we're just gonna crumble the remaining cookie dough over the top. I feel like there isn't enough, but I'm sure it'll cook up the way it's supposed to. Oh, holy mess. Okay, so basically that is it. I am excited for this. This is going to be like a phenomenal, really rich dessert. But so the oven's already preheated to 350. I'm going to bake it. So this is what it looks like for 30 to 35 minutes. And then when it comes out, I'm going to put it on a wire rack, and then I take the remaining 4th cup of M&ms and I just softly push them into the warm dough, so they'll, when it cools, they'll be stuck in there. So, and then it makes 24 bars. So once it's completely done, I'll take a photo and I will show you, and I'll let you know what I think. Thanks for watching. Catch me tomorrow. Not sure what I'm making yet. I'm thinking that I'm probably gonna do the blueberry cheesecake muffins or the banana bread. So if you haven't voted on my poll to see which one you wanted to watch first, go vote. And then, as always, thanks for watching, and I appreciate shares. Bye.